keeping this in mind, we have a very apt speaker for the day. But before I could introduce the speaker, we have our principal, Reverend Father Michael Santomayor, to welcome each one of y'all.
Good afternoon, my dear resource person of the day, Professor Varghese Johnson, and all the participants of the hospitality field. It gives me an immense pleasure and joy to welcome you all to this webinar, which is first of its kind from the Milagres College Hotel Management Department, which is in the 4th year of its existence. The topic chosen is very apt, that is hospitality professional. What next? The future of the hospitality field is challenging. It is at risk. It almost come to a full stop. But we know that it won't be same thing in the future. The people can be tied up for a time, but once we have the vaccination and there is a solution for this COVID pandemic, surely this industry is going to boom, and surely it is peak after 1 or 2 years. So the speaker is going to speak about this, and he can discuss with the challenges and also possibilities how to overcome that. So all the best to all of you, and I congratulate the Milagres College Department of Hospitality Science HOD, Mr. Denzel de Costa, and the faculty members here. And on behalf of all the staff, welcome to this webinar. Have a nice day and have a fruitful session. All the best.
So as said earlier, that food is something we all love. So many of those students or many of those faculties who are in this hospitality industry are wondering, will we ever have this same old normal life which we used to lead then? And will we ever get same good customers which we used to get then? So to answer all your queries and to overcome this particular challenge at this pandemic situation, we have a person who is apt for this particular topic. He is none other than Varghese Johnson. He is an academician with over 16 years of teaching experience, graduated in hotel management from Srinivas College of Hotel Management, Mangalore, and holds master's degree in hotel management, master's degree in tourism management, and master's degree in human resource management. He is currently working as assistant professor in St. Joseph Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pala. He is the author of 3 F&B service-related books, namely Function Catering, The Basics of Food and Beverage Service, and Wine, Beer and Tobacco. His YouTube channel, It's Beverage O'Clock, and Facebook community F&B is aimed at imparting food and beverage knowledge around the globe. A hearty welcome to you, sir, and the topic, hospitality industry, what next? I'm sure what next is there in everyone's mind, and he is going to give an answer to all the queries that you have in your mind, and he is going to be a person with a positive approach to you. So do not be disheartened by the pandemic situation, but there's always a ray at the end of the tunnel. So having said so, I request Professor Varghese Johnson to take this platform and begin his session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I welcome each one of you to this particular webinar. That was a lovely introduction given by ma'am. So, now to begin with, I would like to show you a video. I hope that the video works well. So, I'm going to present it now. Just pay attention to watch this video.
ये नहीं बात करती है।
Am I audible to you? Mr. Denzel,
you
am I
are.
audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Okay. So I hope that you have watched that video and you might have got some idea about what is currently happening in the industry. Though it's from the Kempinski property that is there in Doha, we all are fighting back. So you need not worry at all, about what is going to be your future. But I will say that during this pandemic time, it's something that is left to us to do. How we should go forward and or how we are looking to the tomorrow that we all have got. Now, for that, I believe, yes, yeah. Thank you, Denzel. So that's what, yeah, I strongly believe that it's up to us to think about what is going to happen in our lives tomorrow. So, welcome to this webinar, Hospitality Professionals, What Next? The future is bright, so you don't have to worry about that. But I will invite your attention to what's happening or what used to happen in our country. We already have that incredible India thing going on. Aditi Devo Bhava. It was doing well. I should say that it should be. We all should be proud of our country, India. And there are so many accomplishments that we were having and we are still having. And Indian hospitality industry, or to be open, the hospitality industry could be called as the second army, because in a situation like this, we are not giving up at all. We are trying to give the best to the society. That is one thing that needs to be highly appreciated. You should be glad that you are also, directly or indirectly, you are being a part of it. So we will see what used to happen, or where were we before this this coronavirus started to eat up our Indian economy. Where were we? See that first point. India was ranked 34th in the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index 2019 by the World Economic Forum. So, that particular rating has been given, or it is given to a country based on the facilities provided to the tourist, and at the same time the business opportunities that the TNT industry has got in the particular country. And this happened in 2019, and that is the latest one which was in fact out, or which is available. 2020 is, I doubt whether it is going to come out now in a situation like this. But here I could tell you something. In the year 2017, we were in the 40th position. And see our growth. We have jumped to the 34th position. So, things were favoring us. And TNT industry in India is supposed to be the second largest employer, employing over 4 million people by 2019. I should say that by 2020, it is more than that. But who was knowing that a situation like this is going to come? We never expected. Everything was going so smoothly. There was no problem. And I firmly believe, it could be my opinion. We are responsible for a situation like this. There are people saying that it is now nature's revenge. Nature is taking revenge on us. I don't blame nature. We have done certain things which we are not supposed to do, and we have to suffer. And we are suffering for it. And not to forget that in terms of GDP, our country was doing really well. Let's go to the next slide. India's hospitality industry was pegged at $247 billion in financial year 2018-2019. Yes, Dennis. Okay. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I thought, okay, it is visible. Okay. Oh, it was not visible. Okay, I'm sorry about it. I thought, okay, now it's going fine. Okay, thanks for that. It was not visible. Okay. Thank you, Denson. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, sorry about that. I thought, okay, you might be going through the slides. I was under the impression. Okay, I think it's a mistake from my side. Okay. Thank you, Denson. Yeah. So this is what I was telling. India's position, or India's rating that is given by the World Economic Forum. So it's not bad. I should say that, okay, we were in fact doing good. And now you have to see what is happening in the industry, or how the industry is going to do, or what are the things are waiting for us in the future. So India's hospitality industry was pegged at $247 billion in financial year 2018 to 2019. It contributed 9.2% to the GDP, bringing forex earnings of around $29 billion, the third largest foreign exchange earner in the country, in India, third largest foreign exchange earner. Can you believe that? It's right after engineering and petroleum. And if I'm not mistaken, it is WTTC that has given a rating, I believe, the third position to India based on the GDP that is generated from the T&T industry. So that's what I'm telling. Things were going very smoothly, and let's see what happened after that. Okay, so let's see what the corona did to the T&T industry, travel and tourism industry. So as you all know, I think most of the things might be there in your mind or might be going through your mind. So I would like to tell the same thing. There is a drastic decline in the business that in fact happened. Okay, so I hope that the presentation is visible. Is it visible, Denzel? It is visible. Yeah. Okay. I thought I will check on that. Okay, so there is a decline. Yes. Okay, participants are requested to mute themselves. I request all the participants to mute themselves. Thanks for doing that. So there is a drastic decline in the business. I believe everything was fine. I think in the beginning of this year, Jan, the business was good. Feb, it was doing fine. But things, I should say that it was facing a catastrophic fall. I think somewhere in the mid of March 2020, there was a heavy decline on the room occupancy status in several hotels. There were cancellations happening. Conference bookings were there. Then the summer vacation was approaching, and many of them might have booked the hotel rooms that got cancelled. Banquets, conferences, and meetings. So everything got cancelled, and our industry was facing the heat. The tourists have made up their mind not to travel. I very well remember, we had to attend one, seminar. Now, I think seminar, I don't know when the next seminar is going to happen anywhere, but we have something called as a webinar happening. Now the trend is webinar. So we were planning to go for a seminar, but since this the first corona case was reported in India in Trichur, we thought of not going towards that side because we had to leave the particular state and go somewhere else. So we dropped it. And I will say that, okay, initially we all were very scared. When you hear that, okay, it has come to a particular state, all the people who are there in the state are very alert. But what about now? Now we might be, though, I believe we are really scared of the police. That is the reason why many of us are wearing the mask and moving around. Though if you are given an opportunity or you're getting an opportunity to move out of the house, definitely you will make use of it. That's a kind of attitude that we all carry. So the industry started getting affected. Indian hotel sector is expected to have a revenue decline by 90 crores in 2020. Can you believe it? The industry that was doing really well, who was contributing so much in terms of the foreign earnings, has been affected by this particular pandemic situation. And industry experts say that it takes around 13 to 24 months to come. Now, it takes that much of time for the industry to come back to its glory. So it takes time. And if you say that by October, things should be fine, but I doubt whether it will be in the same old way, though a few exceptions. I think in Mumbai, I think the state government has permitted them to open the hotels with 33% occupancy, but with certain norms, certain conditions are there. Safety and sanitization is of the topmost priority. Okay, so again, we have some problems here. There is no revenue. You think about the fixed cost that the hotels have to pay or hotels have got, the restaurants that have got, each and every F&B outlets that have got. There's no revenue happening. Then how you are going to pay your staff? How you are going to pay back the loans that you have taken? You might have, or the owner of the particular outlet might have taken the money from a money lender. And when there is no business, how he is expected to pay back? Okay, and finally, these kind of hotels could come to the situation of bankruptcy. That is what which is in fact seen. So you need money, but it is not there. There is no revenue, being earned by the industry. Then from where you will pay your staff? Then how you are going to pay back all the money that you have taken? Think about it. I know a restaurant. Now that restaurant had around 45 staff. Now they have come to hardly 5 staff. That restaurant is having hardly 5 staff, and with that 5 staff, also the owner is finding it very difficult to pay them. I believe in this kind of situations, when the owner is cutting down the staff, I think the best are chosen. The best are only surviving. So that is where your skill comes. Okay, if you're a contour, definitely you're going to be out of the industry. I think you know it better. So that is something that needs to be taken into consideration. Layoff. It could be permanent layoff. It could be temporary layoff. Okay, again, certain places I know they have closed, and they have told their staff that, okay, in case if it is getting open, we will let you know. But who knows what is going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow is uncertain. And in certain reputed restaurants, chain restaurants, hotels, staff payments are cut into half. Now you have 50% of the payment. Certain hotels have cut their, there is no salary at all. People are just surviving. The previous day, I believe there was a statement made by Mr. J.R.P. Tata. He was telling how the employees can come to this particular situation where you are sending off your employees without giving them salary. That is something really bad. I believe, though we have difficulties, I think we should share our difficulties and we should stand with our people, with our staff. Okay, and many hotel staff are turning out into entrepreneurs. That is another thing that that is seen. Many people have gone back to their hometown and they are entering into small scale businesses, and through which they are trying to survive. They are trying to take care of their family. And hotels, there are many hotels that are doing their part as well in terms of social commitment. There are hotels that are getting converted to quarantine centers, then isolation wards. And I believe there are some hotels that have given the rooms as part of the Vande Bharat mission. So there are good things that are happening as well. You need to know that. And what about us? Are we at home? Are we at our colleges, or are we somewhere else? And there is no lockdown for these things. I believe this I got from a WhatsApp message, in fact. I hope that few of you at least might have got the same. There is no lockdown for the things that are given there. Sun is rising every day. There is no lockdown. And every day is an opportunity for you to do something. So I feel that at this point of time, now you need to discover yourself, what exactly you need to be in your life, how you are going to make yourself valuable, what good thing you are going to learn, or what good thing you are going to do on a particular day, what new thing you have learned on a particular day. Think about it. So there is no lockdown for sunrise. And see the next point, there is no lockdown for oxygen that you are breathing. But if you go to Delhi, I think you might be knowing there's something called as OxyPure. I believe the first oxygen bar. If you go there, you will be charged, because you will be taken to a bar where oxygen is provided to you. I think you have oxygen with different fragrances, and if I'm not mistaken, I think for 15 minutes they charge around 299. 299 is the basic charge, and it starts from that. Now we have come to that situation. But there is no lockdown for the oxygen that we are breathing. You're getting time to spend with your family. There is no lockdown for that. I believe this is the right time to spend quality time with your family members. Strengthen the bonds that you have with them. Because being in an industry like this, you get, I feel that you get very, less number of days where you can interact with them. So try to know them. Try to show them how much you love. Try to show them how much you care for them. And this is the right time for that. Responsibilities. You cannot run off from your responsibilities. The shoulder, the responsibilities that are levied on your shoulders are still there. There's no lockdown for that. Be responsible. Let's not be lazy. Let's not say that it is lockdown time, let me take rest. Friendship. Now it's up to a person to see how he values his or her friend circle. You might have had very good friends during your childhood days or your school days or your college days. Give them a call, talk to them, find out how they are going through this dreadful situation. It's a time when you can you can talk to them and find out what exactly they are, and try to help each other if it is possible. Let it be seen as an opportunity where you're going ahead with your bond with your friend. The next one is creativity. Creativity, I think all of you might be having creativity in one way or the other. Try to do that. Try to come up with that. See what happens. I'll talk about creativity later, because I've got something to present before you. Prayers, and we say that prayer is in fact power. If you are praying for two times a day, I think you are getting more time to pray these days. Pray to God. Pray to God to save the world. Okay, so make use of it. Hope. I believe that is the reason why we all are sitting and attending this webinar. We all expect that, tomorrow is going to be a great one, though it is something that is uncertain. We still have that hope. So count on these things during this lockdown period. It will definitely help you out. And what about this? Fear. I know that fear is an emotion. And you hear Corona, I think probably this is what we all might be doing. But in the current situation, I don't know, though few of us might be having that a particular emotion called as fear. But do not try to see that term in that way. I could give you something. I could give you two expansions for that. You see the first expansion for the term fear. Forget everything and run. It's a very good expansion, right? Forget everything and run. Whatever has happened before, forget it. Okay, the things might not have favored you at all, but forget it and run with the hope you are running to the future. That way you need to see. This lockdown period should be utilized for that. Whatever has happened before. I was not responsible before, but from today onwards, I'm going to be accountable, or I'm going to be responsible. See the next one. Face everything and rise. It's high time for you to rise, to face different situations. We always come across the term, or we always use that term, that fellow is not matured enough. He is, though he's 20, 21 years old, there's no maturity. I believe PUBG, when someone plays PUBG, that is one thing I heard, he's not much mature, he's still playing, or he is into online games, and we all know what happened to that. Okay, so face everything and rise. I tell that we do it. Okay, and one important thing, the choice is yours. Either you forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. You still hope that, okay, tomorrow is going to be fine, and tomorrow I might find a particular day where I am going to rise from what I am going through now. I think it is going to be difficult. And this stage, I believe, is a realization stage, what we are facing now. So you need to find out what is your strength, and you need to develop that during this point of time. And let's see what else is happening in the industry and see that. So the first point comes as part of the social commitment. The hotels and restaurants are distributing food packets to the police, corporation staff, sanitation workers, medical staff, and the homeless. So that's happening. Even though we say that now there is cash crunch happening in the industry, there is no revenue happening in the industry is responsible. They are doing their part. And I believe in Chennai, there is a group called as GRT Group. Not only that, you have Taj Group of Hotels that is doing so much, I believe, for the society. If I'm not mistaken, it is Taj SATS, the airline catering wing of Taj, that is catering to around 8,000 medical staff in Mumbai itself. They have joined their hands with Chef Sanjeev Kapoor, and they have initiated that project. And in Taj West End, I believe daily they are providing 250 meals to the medical staff who are working in the Victoria Hospital. And there are other things happening as well, socially responsible. That's what our industry people are doing now. And a new concept called as work from hotel or work from resort. I think it is coming into practice. So that the guests, the customers will go back to the hotels or the resorts, their favorite ones, or because of the package that is extended to them, the prices might be slightly reduced because they want the customers to come back to their favorite place, stay in the particular hotel or the resort in the particular room, and then do the work from there. And I believe as part of that, there is free airport pickup, drop, and all these things coming into action. So there are innovations happening in the industry. People are not thinking that it is the end of the road and there is no way out of it. The next one, grab and go, might be happening in your places as well. More emphasis to take away, but the levels are slightly different. I believe earlier days it used to be there, grab and go, I mean to say take away. But emphasis was not given to the serving temperature. When you are serving food or a particular beverage, temperature was not a major concern, but now that is a major concern. And the packing material which they are giving. So people are working on that particular concept and to provide maximum guest satisfaction. When you talk about our industry, we all say that the overall experience of the guest is what finally counts, and that is what we are looking for. So whatever possible things the industry is doing, they are taking the grab and go concept to the higher levels, and sanitization and hygiene is the topmost priority in the priority list. If you see, I believe all of them, the staff might be wearing the mask. Okay, there is going to be, I think one of the points will be your social distancing, sanitizers kept there as soon as you are entering the hotel. You might have seen in that particular video, your temperature is taken, your temperature is noted. You might have to use the sanitizer there. You're offered a sanitized pen, right? So these all things are happening. Safety of the staff, safety of the guest, both have got importance. Another concept is pre-mix of cocktails and mocktails, the DIY. You might have heard about it. Do it yourself. Okay, so the customer gets a pre-mix of a particular drink, and he needs just to add the spirit at the place where he is staying, and your cocktail or mocktail is ready. And hotel was not into this. Okay, though they used to give juices, but getting cocktails and mocktails in this way is something different. And if you are staying in metropolitan cities, I think it is picking up, especially in Mumbai. I believe I think the restaurant's name is Mask Restaurant, which is a trendy restaurant. There is so much to talk about this restaurant, and they have tied up with Spootsy and Swiggy, so they will be delivering the particular product. I think they have DIYs like what do you say that? Now Bloody Mary they have. Then they have got something. The name of the particular restaurant. So they have a very nice cocktail. Then they make something called as chara, which is made with ginger, honey mix, and also it's a good experience. And along with that pack, they give tonic water, which is in fact complimentary. So the new concepts are in fact being accepted by people. And you need to look at one particular part. The customer behavior might change. Safety is also one of the major concerns. It was there before, but not to that extent. But that's what we are going to see now. So premix of cocktails and mocktails is working out. There are new liquor brands that are being launched. Have you heard about that? And gin, and whatever brands I have got here is about gin. You might be knowing about the single malt whiskey that is there in India. You might be knowing about that. Okay, it is not restricted to that alone, but gin. And I strongly feel, especially South India is not a market for gin at all, but there are new innovations happening during this particular period. There is a gin that comes from Rajasthan, which is in fact a London dry gin made in that style with 11 botanicals, which is Tarai. And then you have Gin Gigi. Have you heard about a gin brand called Gin Gigi? It comes from Goa, and listen to my words, it is the world's only gin brand that features cashew nut as one of its botanicals. When you talk about botanicals, I believe there is no other gin brand that has got cashew nut as a botanical. Now here in India, we have something like that. You should be proud of this achievement. And what about the next? I believe teenagers should be really happy about that. I don't know whether a few of you might have tasted it, because it is a weed-based gin. It is gin. It is India's first hemp-crafted gin. When you talk about hemp, it comes from the cannabis family, but it is not intoxicated. So these all things are happening in the industry. Okay, social distancing, I told you, and even you might have seen in that video. So in case in the future of the restaurants and all, that is going to happen. You have so much of distance, something around 6 feet distance or 6 to 10 feet, and that is how the things are going to happen. I told you before, the safety of the customer, the safety of the staff is also will be taken into consideration. And another concept, I think they have started it in Bangalore, the hotel or the restaurant, having a tie-up with the local farmers or the local vendors, so that they are supporting each other in a situation like this. They're facing it together, and both of them could reap the benefits out of it. And if I'm not mistaken, in one of the webinars which I have attended, I heard like they have a common kitchen. 3 to 4 restaurants they share the common kitchen, and then they're looking to earn profit. So there are there is a lot of thinking happening. There is there is so much of changes that is happening. So probably these all are going to be the trends. These all are going to be the tomorrow, and you guys need to be a part of it. And see the concept of menu. A la carte, I believe it's quite far. Or even if it is there, it might be very limited. Now the current concept is TDH, Tabaldio, that is pre-portioned food, and that too it might be a 3-course or 4-course menu, and that will be something which will be easy to prepare for the chefs for the time being, and which could be easily served. And another concept, you might have seen in that video as well, QR code menu, digital menu. You're just scanning the particular QR code, and the menu comes on your screen, and you can order. Menu parts, I think it's all gone. Importance to wellness menu, dietary menu. More into health. Though it was there, I don't think that it was to this extent. So there are experts that are working day and night to come up with these kind of menus with the nutritional values or nutritional content. And immunity booster mocktails, that is another concept, something that could be offered to people. And I strongly recommend all of you to try or to come up with your own innovative immunity booster mocktail. This is something which you can try at your home. The only thing that you need to know is what exactly will be the mix and what are the immunity characteristics that all these ingredients have got. For example, mint aids in digestion. Watermelon as a fruit, if you see, it has got more of water content, and it's a dehydrating agent, so it helps in that. And you talk about ginger, anti-inflammatory, ingredient. So these kind of ingredients that definitely boost up your immunity is something that could be in fact tried. Pineapple as a fruit, pineapple juice that you take increases the metabolic rate. So work on all these topics, because I believe you have plenty of time. So don't say no to these kind of things. Contactless delivery practices, less of face-to-face interaction. I think it is already in place in US, especially with outlets like KFC and Pizza Hut. So what happens is the payment is made online. There is no cash being offered. It is a credit card payment. It is done online, and the order is placed again either online or through a phone call. And they will give you 3 options. The guest is free to select in which way the food need to be delivered at their premises. I believe the first option is delivery at home. So at the doorstep, the customer will be getting it. Face-to-face will be there. So many of them are not opting for that. The second one is you just leave the food there in the doorstep and you just inform them. And then they take it inside. And the third one is the customer moves out of his house, waits somewhere downstairs, waiting for the delivery boy. There is no delivery boy. There will be a driver who is waiting in the particular delivery, the delivery van, and he will deliver it. And sanitization is very important here. They are very particular about it. So you just go through these kind of websites and see what exactly is happening. And in Bangalore, they have come up with something called a chef on call. You want, or you miss hotel food, or you miss restaurant food, then definitely you can contact chefs. They will come at your home and they will prepare for you. And if you have good chefs, why can't you try that? Market yourself. You never know. You might advertise so much, you might get at least one call, right? So you can work on it. Then industry is eagerly waiting for the instruction from the state and central government, because some sort of help they require, especially in terms of this revenue case. So they're keeping their eyes open, fingers crossed, for some action from the state and central government, particularly from the central government. And AHLA, American Hotel and Lodging Association, has launched something called as Safe Stay. There's a new protocol, new set of guidelines that have come up for the hoteliers. I think 2 I could probably tell you. One is about the kind of sanitization that you need to follow. The sanitizer that is used for the customer should have a minimum of 60% alcoholic content, and the other one is the chemicals that you are using for cleaning the bed sheets and all should be strong enough to clear off or to kill the viruses. And see some takeaway offers from different hotels. See, there are brands that are offering home delivery. Okay, Marriott hotels, that is excluding taxes. JW Marriott, I think there is a spelling mistake. The Sheraton Grand, 4 points. Ritz-Carlton, Accor hotels, Novotels in Chennai, Mumbai, and Visakhapatnam. Grand Hyatt, they have reduced their pricing, 15% below the standard price. Indian hotels, and I believe Taj is doing well, particularly in all the metropolitan cities, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and places like that, where they have, if you want something from their restaurant, it is possible. They have come up with that takeaway hampers. You just have to place the order. You have to make the payment online, and your takeaway hamper is ready. You have to just go to the hotel, collect it, and then move out. And it starts from 10,000 onwards. The basic price is 10,000, and bakery and confectionery again from Taj, it starts from 5,000. So if you are staying in a place where Taj property is there, definitely you can make use of these kind of facilities. The only thing is that the amount might be slightly on the higher side. And see the last point, the Taj has come up with a wellness hamper. That is mainly targeted at people who used to go to the spa, who are looking forward to have a well-being experience. So now in this situation, it's not possible for you to go to the hotel. So what they have done is they have come up with a hamper that consists of all the necessary raw materials and then essential oils, fragrances and stuff like that. Now put in a hamper and they're giving it off to you for around 15,000. It starts with 15,000. Just call them up, then credit the money, pay them, and then they will definitely give you that particular hamper. So it's happening in your neighborhood. And what is awaiting? Earlier it was comfort. I think from whatever I have told you before, I would like to emphasize more on that. It is going to be safety. The priority of the customer is going to be safety. From comfort, there is a switching happening towards safety. There could be three major concerns for a customer. First concern could be, how safe are the premises where they are working? How safe are the premises? They will think about it. That is the reason why you can find advertisements going on, social media. The industry is making use of it. You have seen one right now. What is new there is the second concern. What is new? What I would like to know what is happening. As a guest, I would like to know what is happening in the industry. What new thing they are going to offer me as a customer. I told you about the different packages which the company, I told you about that work from resort, work from hotel concept. So that is going to be going to be trending. Let's hope so. So the customer will definitely looking forward to have something new there. TDH menu, I told you about the QR menu and things like that. Are they trustworthy? Now the third question, whatever these hotels are saying or the restaurants are saying, is it something that need to be trusted? That will be there from the customer point of view. So being in the industry, we should also think that whatever you are saying is practiced, and seeing is in fact believing. And this is something which goes for all the people, particularly students who are in the final year or who are just learning. In one of the other courses, diploma, degree, let it be anything. If you are learning, you need to think about it. What you are doing at your home. I think when you used to, I think most of the colleges are shut, and now you are not going out anywhere. You have more time now to spend for your family, for yourself. And I somehow have a feeling, I don't know, it might be happening with me. So I'm teaching in a college. I feel that this thing is becoming me lazy. How many of you feel in that way? When you have more time with you, if you are not utilizing it in a proper way, we are being lazy. Then what is going to be your tomorrow? So that is the reason why I told you in the beginning, how you are utilizing this time. This pandemic situation is very crucial. Learn from home is happening. Online classes are happening. But how much time you are spending for online classes? I believe 3 to 4 hours. Well, when you used to be there in the college, I think you had at least 6 to 7 hours you used to spend in the college. But what you are doing now, how you are utilizing that extra hours that you have you ever thought about it? No, I believe everything is set. You are in a comfortable environment and you can do anything you want. So why can't you do something creative? Why can't you do something innovative? Why can't you come up with something that that could be used in the industry now? Okay, I'm not kidding. I'm seriously telling you. So make yourself more valuable. That is something which I recommend to all of you. What you were, I told you about fear. What you were before does not matter at all. You start from today, and tomorrow you can find that you will start respecting yourself. You will feel that, okay, you have got some stuff in you. And when you realize that, I feel that, okay, you will be confident. There is no problem. You can give n number of interviews with confidence. When you know so many things. That is where the role of knowledge comes into play. We'll move to the next slide. Okay, I strongly recommend this for you. If you ask me, okay, what next? I believe this is what you are supposed to do and see what happens next.
Yeah.
Do it now. Do it now. I think there is someone who has unmuted himself. He might be super excited. Okay, so the first point is brush up your basics. The second one, acquire more knowledge, industry updates, do online courses, be active in social media, be creative and innovative. This is the mantra. And you see where you are going to be tomorrow. Brush up your basics. You might have already decided your department. I always tell my students that after your training only you decide your department. But some students are very focused in the first semester itself. They have made up their focus into one department and they start working on it. I always recommend my students to maintain a separate notebook of their department, jot down one or two terms every day, something new which they have learned on a particular day, and then at the end when they are preparing for the interview, go through it. I believe now is the time for you to brush up your basics. Be thorough with that. Take online quizzes. There are so many websites that are offering you online F&B information. Take those quizzes and be thorough with your basics. Okay, and try to learn something new, as I told you before. The next one is acquire more knowledge. There is a saying, an investment in knowledge is the best interest that you can ever get. And the interest on the knowledge is something in terms of money. This is the time for that. Try to acquire more knowledge about the different areas. And I think in several webinars, you might have heard about the concept of multitasking and multi-skilling. Work on those aspects. If you know about 2 departments, I believe that's good. If you know about all the departments, fair enough. And please start doing it from today. Try to acquire more knowledge. And the next point is industry updates. What's happening in the industry? See, I got to know these things because I logged into different sites to know what exactly is happening in the industry. The same thing could be done by you, each one of you, because you have internet facility. Now you have everything, I think, in your Android phone. Just go through different sites, just see what is happening in the industry. What are the trends that are going to come up? It's time for that. The next one, do online courses. And that's something that you need to do. And when you talk about online courses, there are so many courses that you have. Now, paid courses are there, unpaid courses are there. There are different sites, I believe, for this kind of one. I think these kind of online courses, I think one is Linda, which is from the LinkedIn Training Center, which is offering around 13,000, sorry, not 13,000, I think 1,300 so courses. Okay, and I think for the initial 1 month, I think it's a trial period and it's free of cost. Then you have Udemy, I think that is offering around something around 823 courses or something. And then you have that, what do you say that, about Coursera, yeah. I wanted to talk about Coursera because yesterday only I registered for one course. And but Coursera, you have so many courses, but when you're getting into that, if you need a certificate at the end, I think they give 4-week certification courses and all. If you need the certificate, I think you have to pay money for that. Okay, and then there is something from Google called as Google Digital Garage. And there are so many courses, online courses that are available to you. So make use of those certificates, but few things you need to definitely know. The first thing is find out what kind of course you are going to do. Is it something to do with your industry? If you are going to join the industry, definitely you should go for courses related to soft skills, then courses related to F&B, okay, courses related to foreign languages. These all things will definitely help you out. And you should be knowing what the employer might be looking at you. Because after the completion of the course, you will be definitely including it in your biodata, right? So when you are presenting yourself in front of the interview, you will be telling, sir, I have done a course like this. It's going to definitely ask you, what was the purpose of doing course? And what difference you see in yourself You should be having the answer for that. Now, safety, I told you, utmost importance to safety. FSSAI has got courses. I think they have nearly 16 courses that they are offering to people. And I think they give it in 3 levels, basic, advanced, and special, I believe. That is mainly for the food safety, people who are going to that particular line. They could probably go for something like that. So, especially people who are going abroad and people who are planning to work in cruise liners, and definitely courses like this will be an achievement. So please do that. Be active in social media. Are you active in social media? Yeah, I think I'm not talking in terms of sharing information, but I will probably tell you that you post something that is very informative. You need to post something that is very informative, something that has got so much of importance, so that it becomes viral. But it takes time for a person to create such a unique idea or a unique concept. Be active, and probably whatever you are posting. I know one of my students who was working in bakery, and this person, since it is layoff, is there at a person's house and is very active in social media. Now, the next point is be creative and innovative. Now, she is very creative in terms of coming up with certain designs of flowers and things like that. That is what she is doing. Okay, so if you want to be active in social media, this is something that you need to work upon. See what new thing that you could post in social media. What is not there? It is pointless posting something which is already existing. Come up with something new. Find out what is not there. What could be your contribution to that? And then people will definitely start following you. You might be the talk of the town tomorrow. The next point, be creative and innovative. Think what the industry might require. You might have seen that that equipment with which that sanitizer works. You are just with the touch of your foot, you can get the sanitizer out of the particular bottle. You might have seen that's a innovative thing. And I think on the other day there is someone who have come up with the same kind of thing but with water. On one side, you have either the sanitizer or soap, I don't remember, and you have the water coming at the same time. And the most interesting factor is that it is saving almost 80% of water. It's an innovative product. Make use of your creativity, but you need to know, what is your creativity? You might be having some talents. Develop it. You have the time for it. And I would like to bring your attention towards this particular character, Mrs. Janaki. You might be knowing, right? It's trending. It's there in TikTok and it is there in social media. It is there everywhere. And next to Mrs. Janaki, you can find the creator of Mrs. Janaki, Mr. Abhishek Kumar. He's from Chennai. You ask him, what made him to come up with this concept of Mrs. Janaki? It's a fictional character. She's a disciplined teacher. You might have liked the way she is speaking, right? And Mr. Abhishek himself have told it took 30 minutes for him to develop this concept. And it came from a telephonic call. It came from a telephonic call. I think one of his cousins calls him up and says that, her board exams are cancelled because of Corona. She was hyper excited. But Mr. Abhishek was thinking in a different way. He was a 90s kid. And he was thinking how these people can be, how they can be so narrow-minded. There is no tension. They are having such carefree attitude. So that time he decided, I should answer to this particular question. There should be something done for this. And he developed this fictional character, Mrs. Janaki. And all of a sudden, that particular video became viral. And there are several episodes that is being aired. And he is a stand-up comedian. The popularity that he was not getting at that time, he is getting it through this innovative idea which he in fact worked out. So that's what I'm telling. Okay, your inspiration could come from anywhere, but you need to get inspired. If you think that it is possible, it is possible. I always tell my students, it is not the general manager of the hotel or it is not the interviewer of the hotel who decides, okay, what is going to be your tomorrow. It is each one of you. It is not your parents, it is not your teachers, it is you. And tomorrow what is going to happen to you is again based on you. And this is something very interesting. At least few of you might have seen. It is something which happened or which is happening in Kerala. It's, I believe it came in the newspaper as well. There were two people dressed up as executives who were selling fishes one day. They were selling it in Kallur Stadium in Cochin. Kallur Stadium, it's quite famous. So next to the Kallur Stadium, two people in executive dress now on a mini lorry selling fishes, and that made headlines. When they were interviewed, they told that they are from the hospitality industry. Mr. Srikanth and Mr. Arun, they were working in the industry for quite a long period of time, and they were in good positions. And when this pandemic struck, when as part of the layoff, they were sent up, they started thinking what to do next. They started thinking, they thought of selling fruits, they thought of selling vegetables, and finally they decided that, okay, through fish or through the fish business, they will be able to generate more profit, and they started it. And see the way they have dressed up themselves. They are not looking like fishmongers. And the concept of fishmongers here in Kerala is something different. But this brought so much of attention, it garnered so much of audience for them. And I feel that it's a good lesson for all of us. They found that there is a need to do something. They thought about it, they availed loan, and they started working. I'm not telling all of you to be fishmongers. I won't say that. Okay, but I could tell you something. See, if you think that there is a way out, you will definitely go for it. When you are playing online games, there might be a difficult situation for you to move out, right? If you want to continue further, you might have to work hard or something like that, and then you will find a way out. You might use some cheat codes, but for that you need to try. Or you will try all by yourself to surpass that particular hurdle, and then you will move to the next level. But you are trying. The same thing you need to show in terms of your career as well. How well you can advance, or how well you can show justice to yourself. And I believe these are the three options that is available with you. And our industry, will definitely surpass all the hurdles that it is facing. It might require some period of time, but I will tell all of you to gain confidence. And I feel that it is through knowledge that you gain confidence. When you have good command of your, on top of your, on the language, and when you have a good amount of knowledge, definitely it is going to count. You will be so confident, and you will be able to do your best. So there could be more options other than this. I'm just restricting it to just three, and wherever you are focusing upon, work on that, do all sort of calculations, and be at your best. And I would like to end this particular session with a story. The boy and the shopkeeper. I don't know whether any one of you have heard about this story. So it so happened like a boy who had just 1 rupee coin with him is going to different shops in search of God. Okay, he want to purchase God for 1 rupee. 1 rupee, I mean to say, sorry. He went to one shop, the first shop, he asked, okay, the shopkeeper, do you have God here? I've got 1 rupee coin, I would like to purchase God for 1 rupee. The shopkeeper got really angry. The first shopkeeper got really angry. He told, okay, what nonsense are you talking? Get lost. He was thrown. He was not welcome there. He moved to the second shop. The same experience he had. He went on the third shop, fourth shop, and I think he completed almost 40 different shops. And he went to another shop again, the 41st shop. And this shop was something really big. And he was standing outside the shop. He asked the shopkeeper, can I come in? So yes, come in. The shopkeeper was a pleasant man. He asked, how can I help you? This boy asked, do you have God? I have 1 rupee with me. Can you help me in purchasing God? So this man was quite amazed. Someone has come, a small boy has come to his shop asking for God. Then he asked, why boy, why you need God? Then this boy was so relaxed. It was the first time that he's getting such a positive response from a shopkeeper. So think, he's in his 41st shop. Then he told, his mother is not keeping well. These days, his mother was taking care of him. She is not keeping well. She is hospitalized. And today morning, the doctor told that God can save her. And what this person had was 1 rupee. And with that 1 rupee, he is roaming in the street, going through each and every shop. And with 1 rupee, he wanted to purchase God. And this man, hearing the story, he told, yes, I will give you God for 1 rupee. You give me that. The boy was very happy. He handed over the 1 rupee coin to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper gave him a glass of water. The shopkeeper told, give this water to your mother. She is going to be all right. The boy was very delighted. Slowly, with a glass of water, he started walking through the streets. And then finally he reached the hospital. He came next to his mother, who was bedridden, and he offered that water to his mother. And believe me, after 2 days, she became all right. She became all right. The reason is because I believe the doctors have conducted a surgery and she became all right. The boy is so delighted. The boy's belief was that she became all right because of the glass of water which was given by him. And the story goes on, but I don't want you to focus more on that, but I will tell you something. These 4 factors you can see in this story. The boy never gave up. He had a never say die attitude. He had faith. He had hope. He had determination in achieving it. So this is what we need. Hospitality professionals, what next? Is based on these 4 factors that you have within yourself. It is there within you. You need to identify it. So the takeaway of this webinar is what I am giving you. I would like to prepare a cocktail for you. If you're not taking a cocktail, then let it be a mocktail. And the name of that particular drink is you. And I will recommend you to have it every day. 30 ml of never say die attitude, 30 ml of faith, 30 ml of hope, and 30 ml of determination. Method is up to you. You have it shaken, you have it stirred, you have it built, you have it blended, any way. But remember, garnish it with smile. Okay, you need to garnish your drink with a smile. Have these 4 ingredients in you so that you can have a better tomorrow. I would like to end this talk with this particular slide. Always remember there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path that is told by Buddha. And see that, which is a small cartoon there, where you can find 2 kids there. The boy who is holding, or who is in the victory stand, who is in the first position, is not seen that happy as the boy who has won the 3rd position. So happiness is a state of mind. Please don't forget that. Happiness is a state of mind, and that happiness is you. So with this, I conclude my talk. I would like to thank the management, the Hotel Management Department of Milagros Group of Institutions for providing me such a platform to deliver the talk. Thank you all. Thanks for your patient listening. Over to you, Denzel.
Thank you so much, Professor Vargas. And the mocktail, yes, I will surely take it. I will surely take it every day, which will make my day much happier than yesterday. But before we end our session, we have few questions, and I have a personal question of mine which I would begin with. I am not from the
Yes.
hospitality background. I am from the commerce background. But I have a question of
Okay.
mine, which I always look into asking with someone. So I found a person who would give me the best reply. So my question is, I find many of them who have done hospitality, science, or hotel management, starting up a cafe or a eatery or a dine-in or similar other things. So, could you tell me if they could penetrate into any other area other than production? Maybe for a
There,
to start up of the or to start up maybe like everyone starts up with a production like I said eatery and all, so can you suggest something else what they could do other than the production department? I'm asking you.
okay, so it is mainly focused on people who are doing some other courses other than hotel management, right?
No, I'm talking only for hotel management. I'm not talking
You're okay. Okay, so see, that's what I'm trying to answer. That's what I'm trying to tell you people or make you people aware. Uh, See, everyone. Even when I was doing my what do you say that course in Srinivas College, I wanted to be a chef. You need to know like how you got into this particular place, and within few days you realize that you might not make a good chef. So you need to find out then which other department suits you, where exactly you fits in. So that lies within you, no one else. There could be teachers telling you, okay, probably man, you can take up this. You need to have a mentor. If you have a doubt, there could be faculties in your colleges who will try to help you out. That is what I was telling you. You want to be an entrepreneur, it is possible. But what is the strategy that you are going to follow to run your business? Many businesses are shutting down because there is no proper planning. And students, they are in a fuss. When you sit for an interview, there should be something very unique in you to be getting selected. Most of the students fail in that particular, developing that particular character. So until unless you have that, then why I should hire you? There are different departments that is awaiting. You can get into tourism industry. You can be in F&B service industry. I know one of my students. I don't know whether it's right to share with you people, but I will tell you, he was never into wines. But at the present situation, he is doing a lot in terms of earning business in terms of wines. But it has become his bread and butter. Now he is very serious about that. So one thing that you need to have is how serious are you in selecting your department? And you need to work accordingly. No one is going to guide you in terms of that. You need to develop yourself and you need to find different areas for that. You have front office, you have airline. I think since in Mangalore, I think there are courses related to aviation that has come up. Make use of it. You can get into airline industry as well. I think Mr. Arun is also there attending the webinar. People like Arun and all has got into that because of their caliber. So that's what I've got to say.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm sure many students who have participated will take your words very seriously. And I have a few more questions.
Please ask.
This is from Mr. Prashant Prabhu. How to manage dining as well as events in the industry? Catching up with the previous flows are difficult because of the pandemic situation and the government decision, because now the government has very strict rules regarding dining and regarding the event holding. So what is your take on it, sir?
I will say that, okay, you need to follow the norms in case if the government permits you to go ahead. Because I know in one of the places, since they were hosting certain functions, it was stopped because the government came up this particular. Now I think the catering was not permitted or something like that. So you need to be, you will be able to do it, provided you follow the norms. So you need to think, you as a catering professional, you need to think what are the challenges that you might come across and how you're going to face it. You need to work on those topics and check whether it is according to the norms given to you by the government. So our problem is we don't think, we just follow someone else's footsteps, and that is where the problem lies. Why can't you think? Why can't you work a possibility? Why can't it be done in this way? So please don't wait for something like that. So wait for the government to act on these kind of issues and then follow their footsteps. And you also come up with some solutions. You also need to do some kind of thinking with which you can surpass all these hurdles. I believe, Prashant, hopefully I have given answer for the question.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure he's well satisfied with it. Then we have another question. Mr. James and Mr. Ajil, they are asking more or less the same question. The question is, can you give us details about food safety courses, offline or online? They want both the modes.
I think the best option that is available to you is FSSAI. You need to log into their website to find out what are the courses that are there and how much they charge for it. And there could be other websites. So that's what I'm telling. I can just tell you these all things are available. You need to log into the website and you need to find it. So it's up to you to decide whether you need to go for paid courses or unpaid courses. But when you're doing it from a place like FSSAI and all, it has got so much of validity. And in a situation like this where safety is something of utmost priority, you definitely need to do that. Next one.
Okay. Next question is from Vash. So he's asking, suggest any online course related to hospitality science.
Hospitality science in the sense.
I'm not very sure which.
Yeah. Even I'm not sure.
He's talking about. Maybe he's talking in general. So if you have any course or any online courses of lately, sir.
There are so many courses. I told you before, Coursera is giving, because yesterday only I logged into that particular site and I was able to I was trying to find out, since I am into F&B, whether there are any courses related to F&B. There were 2 courses. And so I have enrolled myself for that wine course. So you need to collect information. Just type in Google what are the free online courses that are available, free certificate courses. You get so much of information. That's what I'm telling. We are not doing that. We just want everything instantly. Unless you make a move, how things will happen.
True, very true. And whenever it is free of cost, it is never valued. And whenever it is paid, it is always valued.
Exactly.
Yes, I totally agree with you, sir. I have one more question from Mr. Sachin. So he is asking, how do you see the future of luxury dining moving forward, especially Michelin stars chef and highly rated venues?
It will be really good. It is something that we all are looking forward. We all expect more outlets to be opened, but more. Now they are going to be more careful in terms of the sanitizing part and the safety part. There is nothing of that sort, but it has to be there. But we all are waiting for this particular situation to get over. After that, only these kind of things will definitely happen, or it is possible to happen, because we have certain limitations. Until you do everything from your part and the customers are not coming, what is the point in starting something like that? So these, the situation that we are facing could be, you can use it for thinking, what all possible things that we can come up with, or how the things could be done in a better way tomorrow. And this is the right time for it.
Okay, thank you so much. So I have a last question from Mr. Lloyd. Can we do flights stewarding after hotel management?
I'm not that much aware of this aviation part. I think you could do it. I think after the completion of hotel management, probably you could get into the airline ground staff, if I'm not mistaken, provided you are good in terms of looks and you have excellent communication skills. But I think there will be courses. There are courses that are happening, and then it is possible. So just log in.
Yes,
log in
yes,
to different sites and see.
Yes. So all those who are seeking for any suggestion from sir regarding online courses, maybe clinical dietetics or anything like that, kindly Google search, because as said before, we need to do some kind of a groundwork before we ask anything. So putting an end to the question and answer session. Thank you so much, sir. Over to Denzel Acosta for the words of gratitude.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you are visible.
Thank you, sir, once again, and thank you all the participants. Looking forward for such a support in the days to come. Thank you, one and all. Kindly fill in the feedback form. It will be just kept open for us. And any queries, you can please message on the number message you have at the time of the registration. Thank you, one and all.